What's up, my new Standard Nation? Want to talk to you today and kind of extrapolate on stuff I talked about in previous podcasts, but more I kind of want to just talk about because I know people are hurting. People are hurting financially, they're hurting because of politics, they're hurting because they're fighting with family members, they're hurting because they can't pay their bills. It's a crazy time we're in, and I want to take that to how to stop the hurting. Partially when it comes to the financial side, right? So if anyone's followed me, most people know a little just because I scratched the surface, but I want to go into more detail why, not so much why I help people buy and sell real estate or build or remodel, but more importantly what I do and take the money I make from my job and put it into income producing assets or things that give me a cash flow back. So that way I don't have to worry about where money comes from as much. And I know there's people that are like, you don't understand, I'm down here, but I promise you I was down there and you work your way up. And I remember when I'm trying to climb this real estate ladder and it was like pushing this giant snowball up the biggest hill you could ever see. And once you got it going and actually crested that peak, it's like it just builds this momentum on itself. So the biggest thing I kind of wanted to hit on is I know people are hurting, but how do we take that and learn from it? Because we have cycles in our economy. We're going to have, good and bad ones again in our lifetime, I hope. But if you take and learn to create passive flows of income that bring in cash to you, that will eventually replace your earned income. So someday you could go, boy, I don't like doing this, and you have passive income coming in. So what do I mean by that, right? So for example, if you buy, let's say first you need to earn income to buy, in this case, a piece of rental property, and we'll talk specifically, we'll just pretend, a duplex. If you buy a duplex, you need, if you're going to own or occupy it, which is a great way, there's different videos on that, but let's pretend strictly you're buying a $300,000 duplex, you need $60,000 to $75,000 down, and then you go from having all this money in the bank to now I'm broke, I have no money in my pockets, which is good. So first of all, I like to stay broke. Hey, what's up everybody? Sorry we had some technical difficulties. You can see it's a new day. I'm all fresh. Anyway, I want to jump right back in right away. I was talking specifically about investing in a duplex. My intent here is not to jump into the minute granular details of how that looks, but it's to take your $60,000 or $75,000 and show you how to create a cash flow from that, right? And if you've seen some of the previous stuff where I've talked about you could have a net worth of $3 million, but if you can't touch it for 30 years or till retirement, that's a problem. I would rather have no $3 million net worth and have a 3, 6, 10, 60, 100 grand a month coming in a cash flow than have a high net worth that I can't touch for a long time. So you need to stay broke first of all to keep your money working for you. So if your money's just sitting idly by, that's not doing anything for you. It's actually devaluing right now. If you saw our last podcast or video where we talked about 22% of dollars were printed this last year in 2020. So let's pretend you're going to buy this duplex. You're going to put $60,000 down. Make numbers easy. You're going to have a $500 a month cash flow. I obviously want to see a lot more than that, but that's $6,000 a year. So you make $6,000 a year in cash flow. And that's after paying all your debts, your bills, all of that. Okay? So $6,000, you do 1. Now you do 2, you do 3, you do 4, right? You do 5. You could just do 1 and have that $6,000 into the money for your family vacations, and now you don't have to worry about that ever. I'll actually probably try to do this, but I'll do some case studies for people that we've actually helped start investing in real estate to show you the differences. We had a kid last year. It's funny I call them kids, but he bought it to owner occupy, and he's basically making an infinite return because he had to put hardly any money down. He's already recouped that down payment back because it was so minimal. So now everything he makes on top of that is just a huge return on your investment. And we can talk about infinite returns. There's another kid that we've helped, under 30 years old. He has 3 properties now, and he's cash flowing over 30 grand a year. So 30 grand a year, 3 properties, So now again, this depends on what type of financing you do. Do you want to pay them off aggressively? Do you want to pay them off slower and just have high cash flow? There's different strategies with all that stuff too. But again, my intent wasn't to do that. But you can buy one, you can buy 5, you can buy 10. Like, you don't need to be some big baller with hundreds of units, and you can set yourself up for financial freedom. In my opinion, it's your job, your duty to take care of yourself and your family, right? Like, I don't rely on someone else to take care of us. I know bad stuff happens to people. I believe in programs that help people get back on their feet. But if you want to take care of yourself, clearly our government can't do it. At least to a level that it suffices to minimum living standards. So you owe it to yourself, to your family, to figure out first. One, I want to kind of go back a second, is the best investment you can always make is in yourself, to learn a new skill, learn how to invest in something. Second is your own business. And then third is, my opinion, is real estate. Obviously, there's lots of other things. You can watch our other videos on why I hate the stock market. It's a scam to me. Wall Street is for Wall Street. And nothing against financial planners. I know some, they're great people, but they're literally taught just to sell you a product, and they want to have assets under management. Yes, it's doing great now, but we'll have a correction. So, and again, when I've talked about in other videos about real estate, the 4 ways to make money, you have one way in the stock market, prices going up. Real estate, literally don't care if prices go up or down. I'm always getting cash flow. I always have someone paying down my rent, and I get to depreciate the value of the building, plus the tax benefits. So again, my opinion, if you want to get in this game, you can hire people, follow people, they'll charge you a whole bunch of money. Just watch our stuff. Reach out if you ever have a question. Whether you want to buy and work with us, don't work with us. You just need to start learning and getting in the game and eventually take that risk. But it's truly not a risk to me when you look at the numbers and the numbers just make sense to buy something. So again, if you want to learn more about it, reach out to us. I know people are hurting. It's a struggle right now, not just COVID, but financially, right? Like, it's a tough time. We're printing tons of money. The wrong people are getting the money. So it's our duty and responsibility to help each other out. So let's reach down, help the next person up. If there's anything we can do to help you, please reach out. We want to see people take care of their financial future and be better, do better. And don't forget to raise your standard, and we'll talk to you soon.